gotta work. We gotta work. I mean, as I was saying, you can't have a show without some technical problems here and there, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're in, man.
I love it. I love it. Well, welcome to the show, man. I mean, what better way to end an epic day with an epic guest? You know what I mean? So let's make this happen.
Yeah, it's going well. It's a special day, Dan. You know, today's my birthday.
You're kidding?
Nope.
Oh, well, then happy birthday. Trust me that if I had something else, like, I don't know, like something, I will do it. So that is really cool, man. I'm flattered that and honored that to make this happen on your birthday. So let's make this even more epic, like twice as epic.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Thanks for having me. I mean, this is great.
Thank you for accepting. So, jumping right to the whole interview now. Tell me how your passion for acting started.
Well, when I was really young, my godfather was Howard Ashman, and he wrote the book and lyrics to the musical Little Shop of Horrors. And my mom, we went to New York, and we met him. We went out to dinner, and he took us to the show, and it was off Broadway at the time. And he was sitting next to us, and then all of a sudden before the show started, he got up and left. Mm-hmm. And then the show started, and this guy comes out on stage, and it's the prologue, the voice, and he's kind of in a trench coat, and like on the September, the 21st of September, he's announcing, and my mom hits me on the shoulder, and she's like, "That's Howard up there." And I'm like, I'm a kid, right? And my eyes are blown. I'm just, what? And then, the show continues. That guy, he goes. Yeah. And then 15 minutes later, Howard comes and sits next to me again. And I look at him, and he's taking notes because he's a director. So I'm looking at him, and I look to my mom, and I say, "Mom, I want to do that." It was just like, I think that's when I got the bug, man. It's like, that was it. That changed.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It is interesting that back when you're little, like you get surprised by so many things, but then you can turn it out into a career. That is really cool.
Yeah, it blew my mind. Here I am today.
Yeah,
so I said, "Mom, sign me up." She signed me up for dance classes, theater classes, and then I went to performing arts high school, and I went to college, got a BFA in acting. I was 100% in.
That's so cool. And what can you tell me from those first acting experiences, and also what you were able to learn from them?
Well, in the beginning, I would have to say, when I graduated college, let's say, and I started working professionally, I didn't know anything about the business of acting at all. I mean, all prepared me for like the craft, and I kind of developed my own, technique and all that. So I came out blind, and I had to figure out on the fly. So my answer to that was, every time I was in a show, I did a lot of Shakespeare in the beginning of my career. I would always find the most experienced actor in the room, and I would just buddy up with him or her, and just throughout the whole run of the show, pick their brain about it. And to me, that was like graduate school. I mean, I learned so much just by doing that about the business and about, writing cover letters and headshots and all these little things. Because one thing, actors really like to talk about themselves. So just find an actor, ask them some questions, and they'll give you all you need to know.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And starting with your acting performances on theater, you were in 4,000 Miles, Lost in Yonkers, All My Sons, Proof. I mean, the list goes on and on, which is so cool. But tell me, like, how you usually prepare before start performing. I mean, do you have like a so-called ritual, like something you always do in order to kind of set your mind and go perform, basically?
Right. Well, besides coffee, so I usually, what I always believe is, like, if I warm up my body, it kind of wakes up my mind.
Yeah.
So that really helps me. So I usually have this physical warm up. It's nothing big at all, but it just gets my body moving. I do some push-ups, get the blood flowing, and then I feel like it helps me think quicker, and it helps me be able to kind of pack the things away of the day. Put my troubles and all that on the show, and prepare me for the job I need to do. And just stay in the moment as much as I can.
Totally. And how you usually prepare a character? Now, I understand, of course, that depends on the role, right? But what usually kind of sets your mind into this journey of creating someone?
Well, the first thing is, if I get the script right, script is like my Bible. I mean, I read that thing hundreds of times, and I kind of work on I listen to the speech patterns of the character and try to adapt that as much as to me. And I think about what all the other characters tell me, and also the environment and all that. So it's all about the. And the next step, if I don't understand a word or a location, anything, I do all the research, understand everything in the play, everything that's referenced, and everything that's going on, everything. And then kind of my next step is just repetition of the lines. I say my lines repeating over and over, but in many, many different situations in my life. When I'm mowing the lawn, when I'm doing laundry, when I'm running around, always comes out differently, and I'm just playing with the way I say them, and I'm constantly playing and it just kind of, I learn about what are the options, almost where I can go with them. And then, you know, from there it's all about memorizing. I got to know those lines like the back of my hand, because if I don't know those lines like the back of my hand, I can't listen. You know, I got to get out of the way so I can really listen and react. I feel acting is reacting, and you know, I can't really do that with my scene partner until I know everything. Totally, you know, that I'm not thinking about the lines anymore. I can really just listen to them and respond.
Yeah.
And then one more thing, like if I'm stuck, like during the rehearsal process, and physicality, another thing towards the end, like once I put the costume on, it kind of, that's when things start really clicking to me. And like one time I had a character, I couldn't find the character. I felt so like not focused in it. And then one day I'm doing a scene, and I start like, I was wearing a hoodie, and I started like fussing with the string of the hoodie. And then all of a sudden it's like clicked, and I'm like, that's it. You know, so every time I get on stage, like that was it. That character just, you know, futzed with that string, and it kind of like anchored me. So then every time I come in and start to roll and grab the string, it kind of focused me on the character. And one time I had like a penny in my pocket, and it just, no one knows but me. I'm playing with that penny, and it just kind of focuses me and kind of gets me ready for the character, you know.
Oh, that is so interesting, and that is so cool. And I mean, like one of the things that I do a lot, that is super interesting to me, is like every single actor has like their own thing, you know. It's like everybody has like their own thing that basically puts them on ready to go. You know what I mean? So that is really cool.
Yeah. You know, everyone has their own method, and also different characters, different things that always change.
Totally. Yeah.
Kind of different, you know, because sometimes it's quicker turnaround. But I'm mainly kind of more about theater when you have all the time in the world. My favorite thing is rehearsing. So I love exploring, and I love just working with others, because it's fun.
I love it. And moving on with your performances on film, so you were in the special, Day Watch, Hey Ride to Hell, but tell me, like, on your experience, what would you say is important for storytelling?
Definitely, strong characters and a clear vision.
Okay.
You know, everyone needs to be on the same page when it comes to all the technical aspects, to the wardrobe, to, you know, the makeup artists, everything. And, I think if you have someone guiding the ship, we're all on board, and you're going to get a good product at the end.
I can totally agree on that. I think at the end, like one of the cool things here is that how the audience can relate to the character, you know, or like to the production itself. They can relate to the situation. And it's even more interesting the fact that they have nothing to do with the character, but that moment the character is living, some people would relate to that, and I think that is really cool.
Yeah, I think they will, and if, you know, whatever the director, whatever you develop the world of the film, and you're grounded in truth in it as a character, I think that's when you can really connect with the characters and the actors in it. Is whenever, you know, meshing right, you know, working together, and no one's kind of fighting what, you know, beautiful world you create.
Absolutely. And like in general, what do you like the most about acting? But also, what advice could you give to those who, you know, are just recently started through the acting business?
Well, my favorite thing about acting is, you know, especially with theater, but it happens in film too.
Yeah.
When I'm in a performance, and let's say it's one I'm in it, you know, I'm not checking all, and it's like performance number 9 or 66, and I'm going for it, and someone in the audience like sighs or reacts quietly, and I hear them, or that's the moment where I'm in love, where like I know at least one person in the audience has forgotten everything, forgotten their problems, forgotten their bills, forgotten work for like at least a second, and they're in the world with me, and both of us, me in the theater, hopefully, or that one person, completely living in the present moment. And if I can do that for someone, they do it for me as well. I think the beauty of it. And same thing with film. You know, when you're in a theater, it's the only thing is live. I can't work with the audience, but in the theater too, if I can, you know, connect to someone for 1 minute, they're not thinking about their problems, and they're in this world, and they're having, you know, I think that's it. That's really it for me.
Okay, fair enough. And if you had to describe a film in which all of the characters you have played at the moment will gather for a party, tell me what would be the name of that film?
All my characters. I also want. Okay, I think I would. I would call it Puppies in the Water. Okay, and it would be a horror film.
Okay.
Because I've always looked young for my age. I think I played a lot of innocent, kind of virginal, just very innocent characters when I was younger, who were naive and kind of coming of age. And now I kind of made a turn, and I'm playing a little bit characters who, you know, they're sharks. They know what's going on.
Yeah.
I think the sharks are ready to eat the virgins, you know. So that's my heart.
Yeah.
You know, and I also want to address, I didn't finish the last question with some of my advice I would give. I would really think treating acting as a job. I mean, it's a job. And I think showing up on time, being well prepared, being friendly on set, you know, or in play, being really positive, fun to be around. I think that's a good way to work at a place more than once. Because my goal in my career was, I don't want to work at a theater or for a director once. I want to work for them twice or even more. So I think the way you do that is just being someone who's really cool to work with, you know. And another, like when I'm on set, I always introduce myself to everyone. I talk to everyone on set. It doesn't matter who they are, because you don't know that the grip could be the next director, and he call me 5 years gigs. He remembers me as the nice guy.
Yeah.
So it's like you never know. Acting is really, I think this business is really the connections you make. And I think a lot of my being through the grapevine, people recommending me, you know, asking me to audition. Hey, you got to see this guy, you know. So don't burn any bridges. You know, you really got to treat it like a work. It's just like an office job, and it's a damn fun job too.
Oh yeah.
Because you're only really doing it. You're only really doing it like 10% of the time. You know, 90% you're just auditioning, trying to get the job. So you got to enjoy auditions as well.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Now, if you had to choose one of your characters to be your roommate, which one would it be?
Oh my God, my roommate. Okay. You got me on that, because I'm trying. Let me go through. I think it would have to be. I think I would like to. I was in a play called Lost in Yonkers.
Okay.
And played Uncle Louie, like this kind of fast-talking gangster guy. I think I would hang out with him. He'd be a fun time. You know, I could drinks with him and you know, talk some shit. So yeah, Uncle Louie.
There you go. All right. Now, what about describing your career at the moment, but on a movie, TV show, book, play, even a musical? Why not? Tell me, like, what would be the title of your career?
Everest Everlasting.
Okay.
Because I'm constantly climbing the mountain. You know, I'm never reaching the top, and I'm enjoying the whole time. I'm enjoying the whole time. It's like my crazy of constantly climbing. And yeah, because you got to be a little crazy to do this business. So yeah, I think that's it. It's just constantly climbing Everest. So Everest Everlasting. That's it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can understand.
I'm not going to stop, so.
And you know what? I can understand that. The fact that you need to, the fact that that you are constantly working and constantly searching and constantly looking at. I mean, a few months ago, someone told me that actors don't do movies for a living; they do auditions.
That's so true. I mean, most of the time I'm looking for the job. You become you're really, really good at interviews, kind of, and
Yeah.
I take auditions as a small performance. It's my chance to play the role, so I'm going to take a bite out of it. And
Totally.
if they like it or they don't, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean they don't like me,
Yeah.
because I'm confident in my skills and my craft. It could be that I'm not tall enough, or my hair's too curly, or I'm brown. You just gotta just keep moving forward, because they're going to keep coming. As persistent and positive, the auditions will keep coming, and you'll hit eventually. Because I feel like there's room for everyone in this business. You just got your time will come, and then once that time comes, you gotta work for the next time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It can be tough. But I do think, I mean, the fact that you can do so many cool things, as to be, I don't know, to be either a professional athlete, or to be an astronaut, to be a gangster, to be a superhero. I mean, like, there's so many cool things that you guys do that every now and then, whenever I will see a film, like, especially like the sci-fi ones, the ones that include like a lot of explosions and epic stuff here and there. And I'm like, and every time of it, I'll be thinking, like, how fun would it be to be on set? Like, just to watch how all of these guys are just like doing like their own stuff. How cool would that be?
It's definitely cool. I mean, I love being on set, but sometimes it's a lot of waiting. If you're on set, you're going to be sitting around crafty and just eating gummy bears or whatever for a long time.
That's so cool. Okay, I'll take that.
When you are in it, it's nothing like it. And you think it's scenes, it's just two people talking, but there could be 50 people around.
Yeah.
All behind the scenes looking at you. So it's fun. A lot of pressure.
That's so cool. Now, what about describing your career on a drink or even a meal? How could you describe your career on that?
Yeah, I Bloody because like the hair of the dog. So whenever I have a challenge, I gotta wake up and have hair of the dog so I can keep moving forward.
Okay.
Like you just rub it off, keep going. And one time I lived in Philly for a long time. This bar, this Bloody Mary bar, where you can make your own.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Sunday was such a thing, and I can make it spicy or do all these different things. And I feel like that's like what I'm talking about. So if you have a Bloody Mary, and then the next day you have a challenge or something happens that's difficult, you wake up and then you can like mix and match and figure out, okay, well, how am I going to mix it to move forward? So it's all about, like, you can have different options, and you have to be adaptable and not be afraid to change in some ways.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Bloody Mary, I love it.
I'll take that. Okay. Now, what motivates you? We all have those days, right, in which we want to quit. We definitely want to quit. We think that we have wasted our time, that is not the way that we want it. I mean, like, getting inside into all of this very toxic and negative thoughts is way too easy. But tell me, like, what usually puts you back on your feet so you can continue on this journey?
Well, the last thing you said, the negative thoughts are definitely, it's easy to go down that road.
Yeah.
I feel for all actors. It's tough. This isn't easy. You got to have tough skin. It takes a long time to build. And I think motivation is key. If you have something it's got to be a fight that's in you, burning nonstop. I think that's what it is. My motivation is my sister. I lost my sister when I was in high school.
Oh.
And she, saw me as a child growing up and being obsessed with dance and theater and this world. She was so supportive of me in my career. And now I think I just think of her because she's in me. And I want to make her proud and know that I kept going. And she's watching my career even though she couldn't. So that's my fire.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. And my last question here is, what can we expect from you in the future?
I'll just keep grinding away until I'm
there you go.
Really. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I will. I'll keep the grind up. And I think, I have films coming out, which is another thing. You can film something like a year ago, and then it comes it's still working for me, which is fun. So Hey Ride to Hell that you said is coming out soon, I think in the fall. Where the Scary Things Are is actually coming out in June. And then I have another one that's being edited now called They Watch directed by Doug Henderson, and I'm really excited for that one, and hopefully it'll come out soon. So those upcoming projects, and then like you said, I'll just be auditioning and having a good time doing it, staying positive, and taking classes, and being healthy, and hanging out with the sun.
There you go. I mean, at the end, what can I say? I mean, your career is really cool. The fact that you have accomplished so many things. I mean, it's obvious that eventually it's gonna, super soon, it's gonna basically blow up in a lot of it, and we're gonna basically see you and hear you from continent to continent, because it is really cool what you do, but also the fact that you like it, and as simple as it might sound, do something that you like. I do understand that it takes sometimes years, even a decade, even like a whole lifetime to finally understand what is your road, or like what could you do instead of doing something that basically kills you from the inside. So the fact that you are pursuing it is really cool, and the fact that you're still hanging to it to continue pushing, that is super inspirational, man. So
yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm in for the long haul, and I knew that realistically when I was younger. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a lot of work, a lot of persistence. So I put in the work in, and whatever comes my way, like a wave. I'm riding the wave, and if I catch one, then I'm riding it, and then what I got to do is I got to find another wave and catch that. I'll just keep riding these waves because, I don't just like it, I love it. And I feel like you have to love it to keep doing it. But like I said, you got to be crazy to be doing this job. It's not easy. So there's got to be love there and a fire. And I have that. So I'll just keep being persistent.
There you go.
Moving forward, and yeah.
There you go, man. There you go. Yeah, I'm super sure that it's gonna happen. And who knows? Maybe at some point you will get your own action figure. That would be cool.
Dude.
That would be cool.
That's on my bucket list. I'd take that back in. Yeah, I'll collect them all.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's gonna happen. You can that's gonna happen. And also, I want to thank those watching this right now. Thank you so much for watching. Either watching this later here on Instagram, or probably later on YouTube, or listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Make sure to follow Davey in all the social media. Normally, what I would say is for you to put pause, then go follow him. If you already do, fantastic. What we're going to do now is that we're going to make him viral. # Team Davey, because he's awesome. He's a badass here. And before I send you off, I need to send you off properly with an epic send-off. So if you have seen some of my episodes before, you know exactly what is about to happen. If not, then I can surprise you. So let me show you. There you go.
Well, my pre.
Yeah.
Oh.
At some point we're gonna have live audience, but we're still on the work. But in the meantime, keep killing it, keep being awesome, have an epic week, an epic rest of your birthday. Happy birthday, man! Get drunk, do something wild, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, I'll have a Bloody Mary morning. So
there you go. I love it. All right, man. Have a good one. Okay.
Thanks a lot. You take care.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good one. Bye.